Hi, thought I'd come on chat quickly about the Thomas Frank sacking. I think obviously that was inevitable, really, especially after last night's result. I do think it was a shame that it hasn't worked. I thought at first it was a good appointment, but obviously with hindsight, which is a great thing, it wasn't the right one really. Looking back at everything, but I think the biggest thing as to why um this had to happen was the fact that he had definitely lost the dressing room. The fact that players were refusing to shake his hand after games, that just means that the dressing room had gone. They weren't listening to him. Players were coming out speaking out about the club, um, which it just means that there's just no authority there. So the inevitable has happened, and it had to happen. Um, do I think that this is a good thing for Tottenham? In a way, no, because now they have to look for an interim manager who has got a relegation fight on their hands, and this isn't a team that are used to being in a relegation fight. Although they were near the bottom last season, they were never in any doubt of going down. Media may have said that they were and close and dramatisation, but they definitely weren't close to going down. This time, I don't think there is any dramatisation. They are a real threat of going down. Um, but the players, for me, are better than what their league position suggests. Not like top six or anything like that, but they're certainly not 5 points away from the relegation zone type of players. They should be able to get Tottenham away from it, but that's easier said than done because they are not players that are used to this position. And it's definitely a different mentality. They have to get a grip very quickly that they are in a relegation fight, and it is going to be a fight. West Ham felt sorry for them last night with their loss. Not lost, they drew. But they shouldn't have drawn. They should have won. Callum Wilson, absolute selfish, by not instead of going for the shot, he should have passed it, and it was an open goal for the other West Ham player who I've forgotten the name of who it was now. Um, so but West Ham have been playing well. I thought they were really unlucky against us, against Chelsea. 2-0 up. They were doing really, really well. We come back to win it sort of 3-2, which was great. But, I think it just proves that West Ham are, a really good side. I really respect Nuno as well. I think he's a great manager. And he is a manager used to this position. He knows what to do, knows how to get out of it. So for me, Tottenham really do need to get a grip very quickly, get a grip. And it'd be interesting to see in the coming days, even hours, to see what's happening. And see what the short term till end of the season prospect's going to be, whether it's an interim to the end of the season or whether they're going to go for a permanent manager now. Interesting that De Zerbi is left Marseille, but he will know the Man United job could possibly be up for grabs in the summer. So it's a difficult one. I don't think any manager will really want to go there now, which is why I think they really are in a scrap. But good luck to them. And do I think they'll be relegated? No, I don't think so. Um, I don't want West Ham to get relegated. I think, for me, probably Nottingham Forest out of those that. But I like Nottingham Forest, but I'm not that keen on their owner in nor Sean Dyche. So, for me, Tottenham to stay up, West Ham to stay up. But onwards to the Chelsea match that happened last night. Obviously, bitterly disappointed, 2-0 up, and to go and draw it. Great opportunity at the end by Cole Palmer to, should have put us ahead but missed. It happens to the best. It's just one of those things. Overall, first half, as many content creators have said, fan channels, even non-Chelsea fans, they played amazingly well in the first half, but second half, I do believe it's an element of just age, lack of experience, very young. I do think there was an element of being a bit cocky, which you see what that happens if you let that sort of get in the way. You let a team back in, and no team in the Premier League should be allowed to get back in the match. We must have more respect for all teams in the Premier League. That they can do this, they can turn around deficits like this, and albeit we had a good opportunity, or a great opportunity at the end that was scuppered, it still screamed of a lack of disrespect, especially in the second half, towards Leeds. So, just onwards and upwards. Obviously, we got the game against Hull on Friday. Chances are there'll be some resting of some players. And we'll see how that goes. We need the FA Cup. I think it's quite important because of that 4th and 5th place being so tightly contested with Man United and Liverpool. Obviously, hopefully, Sunderland can do us a bit of a favour tonight, but we just can't count on other teams to do us favours. So FA Cup is a big game. So hopefully we don't go too daft with resting people. But thank you very much for listening, and please like, subscribe, comment as well. Intrigued to see what you think, your thoughts, Chelsea and non-Chelsea fans. But take care.